Glossier is a global brand that has claimed the love and approval of consumers all over the world. When Glossier's CEO, Emily Weiss, first had the idea of launching this company, she asked herself the question, how could you make a beauty brand whose sweatshirt people would want to wear? The effortless cool girl aesthetic of Emily Weiss would soon become very evident in the brand itself. Emily Weiss founded her beauty blog Into the Gloss in 2010. Through this blog, she was able to assist many beauty brands and conglomerates in their advertising and sponsorship deals. Emily quickly realized that these brands shared the same struggle in trying to connect and engage with the new generation of the millennial consumer. Emily later described the disconnect she observed as a seismic shift in power dynamic within the beauty industry. For so long, the beauty industry had focused on providing product to perform a designated look or trend. She realized the beauty consumer's interest now began to shift towards the idea of personal style and creative expression. This shift took the final say away from the brands. Rather than assisting old brands in interpreting new audiences, Emily proposed an idea to lean into the industry's shift. She would create a new brand from scratch and start digitally. The brand would operate under the direct-to-consumer model and rely heavily on consumer interaction and communication, even including them with the very design of the product. Emily flipped through numerous beauty brands, asking herself the question, would I buy and wear that sweatshirt? Her answer was always no. She wanted to create a brand that people would latch onto, a brand they would buy a Glossier sweatshirt from. When the Glossy Wear merchandise line released a new sweatshirt in 2019, 10,000 people joined a waiting list to buy it. Emily was able to raise $2 million in seed funding and launched her company, Glossier, in 2014. At its initial launch, Glossier offered 4 products: a moisturizer, a face tint, a skin tint, and a lip balm. The key feature of Glossier's brand identity is simplicity. This is evident in its product, packaging, and distribution. By January 2020, Glossier offered a total of 36 products across skincare, makeup, and fragrance. This product line is very slim by beauty brand standards, but Emily wanted to offer a hero product and guarantee a best-in-kind. Glossier's product line is unique in that it emphasized complementing beauty rather than creating it. This idea is concurrent with the recent wave of female empowerment online. Consumers are moving away from the idea of using makeup to cover up and towards the idea of a fresher, more natural look. Glossier's line supported this phenomenon in its skin-first, makeup-second approach. The Glossier look is one of effortless beauty. Its product line helps consumers to achieve the much sought-after no-makeup look. Glossier has quite literally bottled the adjectives of dewy, radiant, and healthy in their minimalistic product line. In fact, Glossier skin has become a term used to describe this natural and glowy look even outside of the brand. Glossier now employs over 200 people and serves a customer base of over 3 million. The company has also established cult favorites, such as their Boy Brow product. In 2018, they claimed to have sold the equivalent of one Boy Brow product every 32 seconds. In March of 2019, Glossier was valued at $1.2 billion. Though sparse, their brick-and-mortar locations allow customers to interact and sample their product lines while offering them a museum-like experience, like looking through rose-tinted glasses. Everything in-store is strategically placed to be Instagram-ready, providing many photo ops. Glossier primarily sells online, and therefore its physical locations are largely concerned with creating a memorable customer experience. Just as the aesthetic of Glossier is reflected in the consumer experience, it is also reflected internally at the corporate level. The office interior is decorated with trimmings of white and pale pink. In the reception area, artful displays are comprised of Glossier products. Near the conference rooms, new products are consistently openly tested and displayed. All of Glossier's online sales are conducted through its own e-commerce site at glossier.com. Aside from a few experiments of outreach, Glossier has remained a direct-to-consumer brand, meaning it cannot be bought elsewhere or found in various locations or department stores. This way, Glossier remains in complete control of consumer relationships. This model also gives the company exclusive access to first-party customer data. This data is not only beneficial in marketing and advertising strategy, but also helpful in keeping tabs on trends. These trends can help determine bundles. In the world of beauty, it is particularly important to focus on what products are being used together. In general, Glossier products are more expensive than pharmacy brands, but less expensive than premium or luxurious brands. For example, a Glossier mascara or lipstick costs $16. Emily Weiss wanted to challenge the notion of exclusivity. She hopes to strongly emphasize that just because something is more expensive doesn't necessarily mean it's better. As a global brand, Glossier relies heavily on social media for marketing. People choose who they listen to, and because consumers want to put their trust in people like them, the importance of online reviews and influencer recommendations through platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube has grown immensely. Consumers rely heavily on peer-to-peer connection when making buying decisions. Glossier was very much born in the age of the influencer and the boom of social media platforms. The brand has largely differentiated itself by swaying away from the luxury image and rather using regular people in its ads and campaigns. This approach has granted the brand a more youthful look and a fresh and modernized appeal. Social media has greatly aided the global reach of Glossier. Glossier currently ships to the US, Puerto Rico, Canada, the UK, Ireland, Sweden, Denmark, and France, and has a physical location in LA as well as its New York flagship. The brand has also held pop-up experiences in various locations, including London's Covent Garden. The brand's primary aim is now to become more Glossier to more people. The focus is less about making the transaction easier and more about cultivating consumer relationships. The goal is to create a mashup of Glossier's website, social media channels, the Into the Gloss blog, and offline channels, creating a more hybrid experience for consumers. Glossier has done a phenomenal job in globalizing and reaching a large platform of loyal customers in such a short period of time. Their focus on simplicity and dedication to bringing out the natural beauty of regular people is what makes this brand so attractive to so many people. Like every industry, the beauty industry is always changing, and Glossier provides a perfect example of how to grasp onto the notion of change.